Hi, and welcome back to Title 24 2025 highlights. My name is Neil Bolger at A2 Efficiency, and in this video, we're going to cover three quick updates for the last set of highlights. And the first one is this new requirement for heat pump water heaters in schools, and specifically small school buildings, 25,000 square feet and below, and only in a few climate zones. Actually, the majority of climate zones, just not 1 in 16. I put together this lovely map because not everyone knows all the climate zones off the top of their head. So, climate zones 1 and 16 are shaded. So, basically, not the coast and not the colder northern eastern side of the Sierras, but everywhere else requires a heat pump water heater. It is, I think it's prescriptive, but this now needs to meet, it is a prescriptive requirement. So if you have to do it prescriptively, it has to meet sections for heat pump water heaters, which are outlined here. But we're talking about smaller schools, right? This is the Mark Day school I worked on years ago. So it's about a building of that size, right? A two-story classroom building. It actually has to be less than 25,000 square feet and less than 4 stories. So if you're a very skinny, tall building, maybe you can avoid it, but you should probably be doing a heat pump water heater anyways. The other small requirement that has been a long time coming, vestibules. Well, one not to be forgotten. Why not to be? Because it's mandatory. You cannot not do this. So there are a lot of exceptions for when you wouldn't, and here they all are, 8 exceptions, but this does apply to assemblies and business and education, institutional, retail. But just pointing that out, it's at the very early part of the mandatory code. Vestibules, they've been in ASHRAE 90.1, now they're in California, Title 24. And the last small change, this was not in my initial list when we started this little overview, is a maximum heating hot water temperature for all non-res buildings. This is a mandatory requirement, 130 degrees. So what does this mean? So this is zones that use hot water for space heating, sending hot water from a central plant to the space, no greater than 130. This helps with heat pumps. It also helps with boilers. It helps with condensing boilers for certain, gets them into that sweet spot of condensing. So while this is certainly a helpful advantage for electrification heat pumps in the future, it should also save a lot of gas in the short term. And with that, that is not everything, just the good stuff. Title 24 highlights. Again, I'm Neil Bolger from A2 Efficiency. If this is the only video you saw, make sure to jump back to all the fun things we covered here in this update on the code restructuring, embodied carbon, balanced ventilation, multi-zone heat pump requirements, and then the last three we just hit on. Oh yeah, simultaneous mechanical heat recovery. That one sure is fun. All right, thanks again and cheers.